So the name of this event is called I Pledge Allegiance to the Grind.
Yep.
One of the ways that you utilize community-centered language is through this constant theme of grind. It is the title of your label.
Yep.
And you turned it into an acronym.
Yep.
Get rich independently.
Yep.
And getting resources into neighborhoods directly. Can you talk through your use of grind as it relates to your understanding of community?
Yeah, like, I like making money. I like making money. I like marijuana. I like strip clubs. I like all the stereotypical things rappers like. In fact, I like everything Al Bundy liked. So that just pretty much summarizes I'm a male chauvinistic pig for 80% of the day. But there's 20% of the day when my wife is really on me and I understand that my grind or whatever I'm fighting for, whatever dollars I'm getting, and usually she reminds me this around Thanksgiving when she says, no, we're not going to chill at home. We're going to go help prepare meals for the homeless. She reminds me when we're like, we're going to go give your old clothes for the homeless. She reminds me that part of getting rich independently, because when I left the major system, I was determined to never wait on anyone to pay me again. You know, I'll take the money and I'll pay you. That was my mindset. And I thought, man, I'm going to build this thing big as no limit. That didn't necessarily happen, but what I learned how to do is do good business on a small level. I learned how to be a good small businessman. And I learned that part of getting rich independently was less about, hey, I got enough money to take care of me and my family, I'm okay. And it had something to do with getting resources in the neighborhood directly. And when I came up with that, it was a year that Jamal Lewis and I, who at one point in Atlanta, man, was just being castigated. He didn't go to the University of Georgia, and he supposedly put together drug dealing. And, you know, just I really got to just see how vile media and business people and even colleges could be. That they had lost his prospect out of Atlanta, that they were willing to just tarnish his name. He was from a great family in Adamsville. They really did a great job of just slandering him. He and I got together and decided to give away book bags, pencils, and school supplies for kids in Adamsville because they didn't have it. Like their moms couldn't afford it going back. And I'll never forget when they got the call from the NFL. Now, this is me now. I'm a rapper. I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never been to jail for so much as I ain't never been stopped so much as jaywalking at this point. But somehow the NFL said, well, we don't know if you should do it with a guy named Killer Mike. And then my side responded back with, you know he got a drug indictment, don't you? That's what he said about Jamal. Jamal ain't got indicted at that point for conspiracy. So I'm like, I'm willing to do business with a drug conspirator. You ain't willing to do business with a rapper. But me and Jamal both put that stuff to the side. And we was like, look, man, both of our sides are full of bullshit, so let's do what's best for these kids. Out of our pocket, we bought hundreds of tablets and books and book bags, and we gave away hundreds of things. And we did it for the next couple years, and I saw directly what the money I was making from music I saw the ability that was in it to directly change the community. Because I didn't change the community by giving away bikes at Christmas, and I've done that too. That just makes sure kids get a little exercise, have some fun. But by kids being able to have a book bag, to walk to school with pride, and pull out a new pencil, a new paper and folder, like I've met some of those kids at this point. Those kids were in the 6th grade. They were 12 years old when I first met them. Those kids, 22. I met one at Morehouse. I met one at Clark. It was like, yeah, man, I came to school. Your mama had brought me through there. And I'm like, that word made me feel so good because it was worth the risk that Jamal and I took. I was very happy because it was a risk. And it was like thousands of dollars we spent. So fast forward 10 years, it's time to get a business. You got a little surplus of money. What business you going to open? Like, I'm going to open a barbershop. I'm not going to open a sneaker shop. I'm not going to try to open a bar or a club. I ain't trying to do whatever rappers think is sexy this month. I'm going to open up a barbershop. I open up a barbershop for a few reasons. First of all, I like getting paid every week. That's cool. You know what I mean? The second reason was I needed to be able to give black men jobs immediately because I had grown so frustrated with black male unemployment. My family was graduating black boys, and their mamas was coming to me like, he want to be a rapper, he won't work, I don't know what to do. Send his ass to Barbers College. Send him to Barbers College, I'll give him a job, and if I happen to hear him rapping like him, I'll give him a record deal. But what you can do tomorrow is send his ass to Barbers College. And when I started like putting that out as the litmus test, it started letting me see who was for real about working and who wasn't. Another thing, the third thing I got at a barbershop is I could directly hear from the community what were the concerns of the community, and I could directly put my voice in the community. when Kasim won the mayoral race, he won by only like 700 and some odd votes. You know, it was looking bad, and toward the end, people didn't know how it was going to go. He called me, asked me to do some recruiting with him. Me and my wife jumped in a van with 15 other people, rode all around Atlanta, stopped, and they were like, well, Mike, where you going to stop? Where you going to stop? All we stopped by was barbershops for 2 weeks. And most of those men in the barbershops in Southwest Atlanta, where our mayor was from, most of those men said, had you not come in here and said go vote, I wouldn't vote. That was literally their thought. Like, if it wasn't for you walking in here, I wasn't going to vote. When I came back the next day, seeing all these vote stickers, it made me feel good because I really got to see the power of the black man, the black man's country club. That's essentially all a barbershop is. You know, it's a place where men can go, chop it up, talk a little shit, you know, and discuss the issues of the day. So those reasons compelled me. I like making money. I wanted to see what was going on in the community, and I wanted to be able to provide people with jobs. I don't have all the answers. I just know it's a lot of answers. It's a lot of answers. Like the students here have to find a high school or middle school student to mentor because they need to believe in a human being. They need to have a human being whose history reflects theirs or not, that they can say, if this person did it, I can do it. And you need to be tangible and you need to be available. That doesn't make you their father or mother. That doesn't make you their giver or, you know, some just beneficent Santa Claus or something. But what it does do is create a cycle of accountability because that person then becomes accountable to someone younger. So, you know, what in your life, how many people can you honestly affect? And that doesn't mean you're better than, that doesn't mean you're benevolent and they learn everything from you. That just means you're simply willing to engage them in honest conversation about your life and theirs, and for the relationship to be about the betterment of both of you, and the focus to be on growing that person. That's it.
It's reciprocity.
Reciprocity is
That's
really
a Baha'i principle.
Yep. Profit from doing business with these companies have any interest in changing things. I don't think that the news has any interest in changing things. I don't think caregivers and service providers who deal with parolees, who deal with convicts, who deal with families have any interest. But you have an interest because these are your family members. These are my neighbors. These are people that we know. And I think that unless there's a cultural significance, unless there's some type of cultural change, it's not. And what does cultural change look like? Cultural change means engaging people in your community. Like police hate snitches. Police don't like snitches. They don't, because they know a snitches. They call you a rat because a rat will do anything to survive. A rat will lie on you, allow on the grandmother, allow on the police, allow on his friend. That's what they do. But these are the people that are used to clean up some of the trash in the community. But when police become vigilantes, we have a danger. When police are only there to protect the businesses or the interests of politicians, there becomes a danger. And if our police aren't a part of the community in a much different way, if our police aren't living in these communities, if our police aren't coaching in these communities, if our police aren't spending time away from the badge and gun in these communities, then our police are not a part of these communities. Well, you're not a part of the community and you're policing the community, then that community is under siege.
Say that again.
If you're not a part of the community and you're simply policing the community, then that community is under siege.